In today's fast-paced world, the allure of the side hustle is undeniable. It promises financial freedom, creative outlet, and a path to escape the 9-to-5 grind. You see success stories everywhere, people turning passions into profit, building empires from their kitchen tables. Maybe you've felt that pull, that whisper of what if? What if you could turn your passion into something more? What if you could build something of your own, on your own terms? It's a powerful dream, and it's within reach for many. But like any journey, it's fraught with potential missteps. But for every side hustle success story, there are countless tales of good intentions that fizzled out, dreams that turned into stress, and ventures that ended up costing more than they earned. These aren't just business failures, they're human stories of wasted time, lost money, and eroded confidence. They're about people like Sarah, a marketing manager, who dreamed of designing custom graphic tees. Her story, and many others, highlight the real stakes involved when we jump into a side hustle unprepared. We're not just talking about business models, we're talking about lives. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the 9 biggest mistakes people make when starting a side hustle. We'll explore who is affected, what's truly at stake, and how these mistakes play out in ordinary life. Our goal isn't to discourage you, but to equip you with the knowledge to avoid these common traps. By understanding these pitfalls, you can transform your side hustle dream into a sustainable reality, saving yourself time, money, and heartache. Let's start with the very first, and perhaps most fundamental, mistake. Mistake number 1, jumping in without a clear why. Think about Sarah. She saw friends selling handmade crafts online and thought, I can do that with my designs. Her why was vague, a mix of everyone else is doing it and it sounds easy. This is incredibly common. We're surrounded by messages of passive income and quick wins, leading many to chase an idea simply because it seems trendy or promises fast cash, without connecting it to a deeper personal purpose or passion. This lack of purpose is a silent killer of side hustles. When the initial excitement wears off, and the challenges inevitably arise, a weak why offers no foundation. Sarah soon found that designing, printing, packaging, and shipping dozens of tees after her full-time job was exhausting. Her motivation waned. The emotional investment was far greater than she anticipated, and without a deep-seated reason for doing it, she started to resent the very thing she thought she'd love. This isn't just about quitting, it's about the emotional toll of feeling like a failure, of abandoning a dream that promised so much. So, how do you avoid this? Before you even think about business names or product ideas, spend time articulating your why. Is it to solve a specific problem? To express a unique creative vision? To gain a particular skill? To support a cause you believe in? To build a legacy? When challenges hit, your why will be the anchor that keeps you grounded, the fuel that keeps you going. It's the difference between a fleeting interest and a resilient commitment. This foundational step is often overlooked, but it's critically important for long-term sustainability. Mistake number 2, neglecting market research. Sarah loved her unique, quirky designs. She assumed everyone else would too. So she invested in a heat press, blank tees, and marketing materials, convinced her niche was just waiting to be discovered. This assumption, without checking for actual demand, is a classic blunder. Many aspiring side hustlers fall in love with an idea without ever asking, who needs this? Is anyone actually looking for what I'm offering? What problem am I solving for them? The result is often a product or service no one wants. For Sarah, this played out painfully. She launched her website, proudly displaying her unique tees. Crickets. A few friends bought one out of loyalty, but sales were minimal. Her inventory sat unsold. She felt discouraged, believing that side hustles don't work for me. The reality wasn't that she lacked talent, it was that she skipped a vital step. Neglecting market research doesn't just waste effort, it wastes precious financial resources and can deeply wound your confidence, making you less likely to try again. The stakes are real: financial loss and emotional defeat. How to avoid this? Before spending a dime, talk to potential customers. Use surveys, social media polls, or even casual conversations. Look at what's already out there. What are competitors doing? What gaps exist? Find your unique angle, but make sure that angle aligns with a genuine market need. Market research isn't about crushing your creative spirit, it's about channeling it effectively, ensuring your effort and investment are directed towards something people actually want and are willing to pay for. It's about smart entrepreneurship. Mistake number 3: overestimating available time. Sarah worked a demanding 40-hour week. She envisioned herself spending evenings and weekends happily designing and fulfilling orders. But the reality of side hustle time demands is often brutal. Between a full-time job, family commitments, household chores, and the need for basic rest, free time can quickly become a myth. Many side hustlers, brimming with initial enthusiasm, genuinely underestimate the consistent effort needed to keep their venture afloat, let alone grow it. This leads to a critical crunch point. Sarah tried to squeeze in side hustle work during non-existent free time. She stayed up late, sacrificing sleep. Weekend plans with her family became work sessions. Soon, she was perpetually tired, irritable, and her relationships began to strain. Her husband felt neglected, and she missed out on precious moments with her kids. This isn't just about feeling stressed, it's about the erosion of well-being, the strain on personal relationships, and the deep guilt of not being present. The human cost here is immense, impacting not just the individual but their entire support system. The solution lies in ruthless honesty about your schedule. Before you commit, map out a realistic time budget. Block out non-negotiable family time, self-care, and your day job. Then, see what's truly left. Can you commit 5 hours a week? 10? Be honest. It might mean starting smaller than you initially hoped, but that's far better than burning out and sacrificing your well-being. A sustainable side hustle fits into your life, rather than consuming it. Remember, consistency over intensity is the key here. Small, consistent steps build momentum. Mistake number 4: not validating the idea on a small scale first. Instead of just market research, this means putting a basic version of your product or service out there to get real-world feedback. Sarah, after her initial disappointment, decided to refine her designs. But instead of just making one new shirt, she invested in a bulk order of several new designs, convinced these would be winners. This heavy investment before proper validation is a classic pitfall. People skip the crucial step of testing with a minimum viable product, or MVP. What's at stake here? Significant financial loss and a feeling of profound regret. Sarah's new batch of teas also didn't sell well, or at least not the ones she thought would. She was left with a garage full of inventory she couldn't move. Had she created just 1 or 2 designs, put them on a simple mock-up on a landing page, and run a small ad campaign to gauge interest, she would have saved hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. The loss wasn't just money, it was the confidence hit, making her question her entrepreneurial spirit entirely. Don't let this happen to you. The solution is to embrace the MVP. What is the absolute simplest, smallest version of your idea you can create and offer to a small group of people to get feedback? For Sarah, it could have been mock-ups on social media, taking pre-orders for just one design, or even printing a few on demand. The goal is to learn and adapt before making a big commitment. This iterative approach allows you to gather real-world data, make adjustments, and refine your offering without risking your entire savings. It's about smart, measured progress. Mistake number 5: fear of failure or perfectionism. Even after learning from her mistakes, Sarah still struggled. She knew she needed to put her designs out there, but she'd spend hours agonizing over every detail, every color, every font. She wanted everything to be perfect before she launched anything new. This is what we call paralysis by analysis. Many aspiring side hustlers get stuck in this loop, waiting for the perfect product, the perfect website, the perfect marketing plan. But perfection is the enemy of good, and often the enemy of done. What's at stake here is opportunity, momentum, and ultimately, your dream. While Sarah was perfecting, others were launching, learning, and gaining market share. Her fear of rejection, of not being good enough, kept her from taking the necessary leaps. A side hustle that never launches is a side hustle that never succeeds. This isn't just about lost revenue, it's about the corrosive impact of self-doubt, the feeling of missed opportunities, and the regret of never truly trying. The mental and emotional toll of inaction can be heavier than the pain of a small failure. The antidote is to embrace imperfection and adopt the mantra, done is better than perfect. Launch with your best effort, knowing you can always iterate and improve. Get comfortable with small failures, they are learning opportunities, not end states. Reframe rejection as feedback. Your first product won't be your last. Your first website won't be your final one. The goal is to get started, gain momentum, and learn from real-world interaction. Remember, customers don't expect perfection, they expect value. Provide value, and then improve. Mistake number 6, ignoring personal finances and cash flow. When Sarah decided to make new designs, she didn't just order a few. She went for a large quantity to get a better per unit price, using money from her emergency savings. She assumed sales would cover it quickly. This is a common, dangerous trap. Many side hustlers invest too much too soon, without a clear understanding of potential return on investment, ROI, or having a robust emergency fund. They treat their side hustle as a piggy bank for investment, not a separate entity. The stakes here are incredibly high: financial strain on your personal life and pressure to make money quickly, leading to bad decisions. When Sarah's inventory sat unsold, her emergency fund was depleted. A sudden car repair threw her into a panic. She started cutting corners on quality, offering deep discounts that eroded her already thin margins, all in a desperate attempt to move products. Many quit when the money doesn't flow instantly, not because the idea was bad, but because they put themselves under unsustainable financial pressure. This impacts every aspect of life. How to avoid this? Create a separate budget for your side hustle. Understand your startup costs, operating expenses, and projected revenue. Always maintain a personal emergency fund separate from your business funds. Start lean, test cheap, and only scale investment as sales and profits validate your path. Think about your ROI for every dollar spent. This discipline removes immense pressure, allowing you to make strategic, rather than desperate, decisions. Financial health is paramount for both your side hustle and your personal well-being. Mistake number 7, not treating it like a real business. For a long time, Sarah viewed her t-shirt venture as a hobby that makes a bit of money. She didn't track income or expenses properly, ignored legal aspects like permits, and certainly didn't think about taxes until April 15th. This casual approach is incredibly common but sets you up for major headaches down the line. Many aspiring entrepreneurs, especially those with creative side hustles, fail to see the necessity of basic business structure and compliance. This oversight can quickly turn a fun hobby into a legal nightmare. The stakes here include fines, legal issues, loss of credibility, and prevention of scaling. Sarah eventually got a letter from her state regarding undeclared income and faced penalties. Her lack of professional communication and clear terms with customers led to disputes. Without proper records, she couldn't even apply for a small business loan to grow when she finally had some traction. This isn't just about avoiding trouble, it's about building a foundation for growth and trust. Treating it as a hobby means you'll always be capped at hobby-level success, never reaching its full potential. Adopt a business mindset from day one. This means setting up a separate bank account, tracking all income and expenses, researching any necessary permits or licenses, and understanding your tax obligations. Even if you start small, thinking like a business owner ensures you're building on solid ground. This professionalism also extends to how you communicate with customers and suppliers, building trust and a positive reputation. It transforms your side hustle from a fleeting experiment into a legitimate, scalable venture. Your future self will thank you for this discipline. Mistake number 8: trying to do everything alone. Sarah, like many first-time entrepreneurs, believed she had to be the designer, marketer, accountant, customer service rep, and shipping department all rolled into one. She saw asking for help as a sign of weakness or an unnecessary expense. This solo warrior mentality is a fast track to overwhelm and slower progress. Many people, especially those just starting, feel they must guard their idea closely or can't afford outside help. But the truth is, no successful venture is built entirely by one person. What's at stake? Overwhelm, burnout, and missed opportunities. Sarah quickly became exhausted, her energy spread too thin. Tasks she wasn't good at, like accounting, took forever and were done poorly. She missed out on networking events because she was too busy fulfilling orders. She couldn't see solutions that a mentor might have offered, or delegate tasks that would free her time. The cost isn't just time, it's the potential for faster growth, better execution, and a supportive community. It's the difference between struggling alone and thriving with support. How to avoid this? Actively leverage your network, seek mentorship, and don't be afraid to outsource. Can a friend offer marketing advice? Is there an online community of side hustlers you can join? Could you hire a virtual assistant for a few hours a week to handle customer service or shipping? Collaboration and learning from others are crucial. Even just having someone to bounce ideas off can make a huge difference. Embrace the idea that your success can be amplified by others, not diminished. It's a sign of smart business, not weakness. Mistake number 9: lack of a long-term vision or strategy. Sarah's initial why was vague, and her ongoing operations reflected this. She designed what she felt like designing, advertised sporadically, and hoped for the best. She operated day to day, reacting to immediate needs rather than proactively planning for growth. This is a common trap, getting so caught up in the daily grind that you forget to lift your head and look at the horizon. Without clear goals and a roadmap, a side hustle can quickly feel aimless and lose momentum, leading to stagnation. What's at stake here is growth, motivation, and ultimate fulfillment. Sarah found herself constantly reinventing the wheel, never building on past successes. She hit a plateau, sales didn't grow, and she felt perpetually stuck. Her motivation, which had been battered by earlier mistakes, finally plummeted. The feeling of aimlessness crept in, making her question if the whole endeavor was even worth it. A side hustle without a vision is like a ship without a rudder. It might drift for a while, but it will never reach a meaningful destination. The solution is to develop a clear long-term vision and strategy. Where do you want your side hustle to be in 1 year? 3 years? 5 years? Set specific, measurable goals. Create a roadmap with milestones, even if they're small. This doesn't mean you can't adapt, but it gives you a direction, a framework for decision-making. A clear roadmap keeps motivation high, guides your daily efforts, and ensures every step you take is moving you closer to a larger purpose. It's about intentional growth, not just existing. So there you have it, the 9 biggest mistakes people make with starting a side hustle. From not knowing your why to lacking a long-term vision, each of these pitfalls can derail your entrepreneurial dreams. We've seen how they affect real people like Sarah, leading to burnout, financial strain, strained relationships, and the quiet despair of abandoned dreams. These aren't just abstract business concepts, they are critical lessons learned from human experience, paid for with time, money, and emotional energy. But knowing them is your first step to success. It's easy to get discouraged when you hear about these challenges. But remember Sarah's story. She faced many of these mistakes. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is often not the absence of mistakes, but the ability to recognize them, learn from them, and adapt. With the right mindset and preparation, you can turn potential pitfalls into stepping stones. Think of these 9 mistakes as a detailed map, showing you where the dangerous currents are, so you can steer your ship safely towards your desired destination. You have the power to pivot. Starting a side hustle is an exciting and rewarding journey, but it demands respect for the process. Define your why, research your market, validate your ideas, manage your time, handle your finances, treat it as a business, build your network, and chart your long-term vision. By thoughtfully addressing these common mistakes, you're not just avoiding failure, you're actively building a strong, resilient foundation for success. You're setting yourself up not just for a side hustle, but for a truly fulfilling entrepreneurial experience. We hope this deep dive helps you approach your side hustle with clarity and confidence. What's the biggest mistake you've made, or fear making, when starting a side hustle? Share your experiences and questions in the comments below. Your insights help us all learn and grow together. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more educational content, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next video on building a successful side hustle. Thanks for watching, and here's to your entrepreneurial success.